that Bitcoin is now opening up. Okay, there's demand for ordinals utilizing inscriptions, and there are layer 2s that are coming on board Bitcoin to bring DeFi, okay, decentralized finance. So we know that's happening. It's very, very early, but who knows? By the end of this cycle, DeFi and layer 2s and ordinals could be the dominant things for Bitcoin, right? Who knows? And maybe so dominant it starts eating the market share away from all of our other favorite L1s. We don't know. It's still too early to make a call, right? But there's two projects I want to talk about tonight that relate to exactly these things. Number one, Multibit or Mubai. They had a fantastic day today, up 25%. But here's the thing, they're only at 157 million. Compared to some of these L1s I show you guys that are already 500 million or a billion, right? Even at a billion, it's getting started. But 157 million, relatively small, relatively new project. And what are they about? They're basically one gigantic bridge that brings BRC20 tokens into Ethereum, okay? But not only Ethereum, they're trying to bridge everywhere. So basically BRC20 tokens, so all the ordinals, like, I don't know, for example, Ordi or Sats or Rats or whatever else, you can now bridge them back and forth between Bitcoin and ETH and BNB. Okay, so they're already multi-chained. And they're basically one big bridge to kind of bring liquidity onto all these chains. And not only that, they're working on Solana too. So they're trying to make this bridge from Bitcoin into all of our favorite L1s and try to make BRC20 standard tokens a thing. So that soon on, I don't know, Orca for Solana or Radium, right? And Uniswap and PancakeSwap, you'll be able to trade all your favorite BRC20 tokens, and vice versa. Probably you could trade, you know, some of these other tokens on Bitcoin too. So that's exactly what Multibit is trying to do. So that's kind of interesting. Not only is it interesting, I think it's useful for people that actually, you know, that actually are DeFi guys that really want to utilize this, because we know in DeFi, there's a lot of other potential ways of making money, like yield, like providing liquidity and so forth, right? They also have their NFT bridge, which is also operational. So they're just trying to be one big bridge, right? One big bridge. And also they integrated with Alchemy Pay, which is a fiat on-ramp, off-ramp. So not only can you find them on CEXs or centralized exchanges, but you can buy them directly on their own website utilizing Alchemy Pay, right? So that's number one, Multibit. It's relatively easy. You don't really need to know anything other than it's a giant bridge for BRC20 and for ERC20 and BSC20, right? I don't know if Binance is BSC20, but it's something, right? So it's and soon Solana. So that's what they're doing. Could actually turn out to be pretty big if BRC20 tokens start expanding into other these chains, right? So that's number one, really small project, but they have some momentum. Now, the other one I want to talk about is even smaller, Mintlayer, and they're only at 55 million, okay? Mintlayer is doing exactly opposite of Multibit. Rather than try to be a bridge, they are basically a layer 2. They're a layer on top of Bitcoin, kind of like Stacks. And they want to actually create tokens. Rather than utilize BRC20 tokens, they want people to utilize their own token standard for things that can operate on Bitcoin. For example, DEXs, right? And NFTs and real world assets and anything else in between. So they're not bridging. They're just a layer 2 on top of Bitcoin. Exactly kind of like Stacks. Now, why do they think this is better versus just utilizing BRC20 tokens? Well, because in this blog, they basically say because It pollutes Bitcoin. It makes it very congested. There's a lot of unsolved transactions or unverified transactions. Basically, they see a problem. Too much congestion with all these ordinals and BRC20 standard. That's why they want to create their own standard, which is kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting, right? And since they have no bridges, they use what's called atomic swaps, which I can't tell you what atomic swaps are, but they have been around for quite a long time. But they have their own native swapping basically going on. So there's no need for wrap tokens, synthetic tokens, token bridges, or federated tokens, right? So that's what they're about. And lastly, their mainnet is about to come out in about 20 days, 21 days to be exact, right? So that's when all of this that I just talked about will be launching. So another relatively interesting small cap project, 55 million in market cap, could definitely blow up. As Bitcoin gets stronger and bigger, more of these smaller cap projects that relate directly with Bitcoin will probably have a lot of pumps. All right, something else I want to talk about Solana today. We haven't talked about Solana for a while. It got a little weaker. It took a breather, but now it's starting to come back up. Today, up 5% above 100. And the fundamentals of Solana is just like Bitcoin, getting stronger and stronger and stronger every single day. Okay, now we got 2,500 monthly active developers. That's awesome. Okay. You also have transactional volume hitting basically all-time high. And it's already higher than Ethereum because Ethereum can't process any more volume. Solana can, and it keeps on going. And there are many that feel like Solana could do a 50x surge in 2024. 50x. I don't even believe that. Okay, I think 50x is way too much for just 2024. But can a 10x happen? Certainly. Can I see Solana go from 100 to 1,000 by the end of 2024? That's certainly possible. If Bitcoin continues to go upwards, everything's going to be carried. Solana is only going to get stronger. Can they do a 10x? Yes. But this person thinks a 50x is possible. But I just don't see that. But if it happens and I'm wrong, I'm not going to complain because it's a 50x, right? But why is it going higher? Well, because of the things I've said. Transaction keeps going up, right? For all things. For DEX volume, for NFT volume, for meme volume, anything that you can measure. You got the memes coming back full force now. Bonk went up like 30 or 40% yesterday. And not only that, they have another one, Wolf or Whiff, Dog with Hat went up on a epic, crazy run before. And I think it's pumping up it again. And the newest one that a lot of people are talking about, Myro, also started soaring 75%.